Are we live?
We are indeed.
Oh, we're live! Oliver, thanks for dropping me right in there. Should we go on to... Should we stay on the internet in that way? Yes, I'm getting a nod. Okay, so good evening. Look how peaceful our salon is tonight. Pretty peaceful, huh? Don't be fooled, because it has been going like a train. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen, the most important thing is that Oliver, who's holding the camera, has got the cold. And he's got a little husky voice, and he's sniffing. And all the clients were really upset for him. But before we go any further, can you just put the camera on you a second, Oliver?
I don't know how to.
Like, obviously you've seen me, but look at Oliver. Then there's me. Then there's Oliver. Obviously, answers on a postcard for the similarities. Right, so tonight we've got a different Facebook Live, and the Facebook Live tonight is really about information. I've been listening to all your comments and your feedback on the site, and thank you so much for following and posting. Your feedback regarding the charity breast cancer evening and the check has been phenomenal, and it's really touched us. All your comments of support and appreciation have been fabulous to read, so we're very grateful. And on the back of that, on the back of women feeling empowered and just general freedom that we can offer within here, I thought I would do something that hopefully you can feed from. So this week we've been focusing a little bit on how haircuts make you feel. Now, there's the generic things, like it will make you feel all light and you've got a new shape happening, and that feels better. But there's also a release that you get, and a sense of freedom is one of the words that we've been listening to here in the salon this week. And the reason this point is so topical is because we listen to our clients, and believe it or not, we've been cutting some hair off this week in the salon. So this is the reason for why we feel we wanted to share this with you, our Facebook followers. We believe that having a new hairstyle, having the weight lifted, having the restrictions taken off your body and your head and also your look can give you a sense of freedom. It can make you feel different, look different, act different, dress different, and there's not very many single things in the world that actually make you do all those facts. So we thought we would share this with you. And in fact, one of our girls here in the salon, who you may or may not know, her name's Katie Diet, took the plunge and actually called me and said, right, Nelson, it's time to get it cut off, was what the text message said. And lo and behold, Katie was very focused on having a new look. Now, for the last, 10, 15 years, Katie's always had really long, almost one length hair. And she's kind of renowned for it. Sometimes she's had a fringe, sometimes she's not had a fringe. And she wanted to feel empowered. She wanted something new. She wanted a change. She was sick of it. That was the words that she used. She was sick of the washing, sick of the drying, sick of the tonging, sick of the straightening, sick of the whole upkeep that having very long hair can give you. So I wanted to share with you the journey that Katie went on Wednesday. She's got long, naturally straight hair, but a long time ago, or possibly around about a year, she had some texture put in with some giant perm rods. And when I do the look, when I show you the look, you'll be able to see actually that's come back. And we're calling it perm balayage. Did you see what I did there, Oliver?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
I think the seagulls are talking to me more than you are. So, balayage colour, you all know it's a stretched root, so it can be darker on the roots and it can be lighter on the ends. Well, this is the same concept, but with a perm. So in the 1990s, when people had their hair permed, or the 1980s when people had their hair permed, it used to be permed. Let's imagine the hair was that long and it would be that curly at the beginning of the perm's life. As the perm grew out and the hair was trimmed, there'd be less perm on the hair. So you'd have a straight root and you'd have a curly end. How disgusting, right? Well, no, because actually it's quite cool. If you want to have a flat root and a sort of more textured end, Katie's haircut, and you'll see this from the pictures and the video that we've got, looks like that. Now it's been styled with a diffuser, naturally dried. So what you see is what you get. She's got a straight top and the texture is just around the bottom. So let's have a little look at some of the pictures. Where are they, Oliver? Let's see. Oh, are they there? Yes. So here is picture number... Let's see. So there's me going through the consultation processes with Katie, discussing using visuals like magazines, and Katie's brought her iPad in there, which is great to see. And you can also see that what I'm doing is I'm visualizing the length just so that she can understand where roughly the hair's going to sit at the end of the process. But what I want to draw your eye to is this movement. She's got straight hair up here, but as it comes down, there's this kind of movement happening here. This is what I was telling you about perm balayage, the almost stretch perm. So let's look at the next picture. So here I am gathering the hair into a very loose ponytail. You can see where the references are that she's brought in with her as visual aids. Just come back to me a minute, Oliver. For some reason, there's a myth about bringing pictures into hairdressing salons. That's not the case at all, because it gives us a real visual focus. However, if the shape that you bring in doesn't work, we will professionally advise you that that will not look good on your hair, face, type, and on your lifestyle. That's our professional advice. So whether it's yes, whether it's no, whether it's a possibility, whether you have to work towards it, visual pictures are really good. So you can see, coming back to here, she's got one of her images is Alexa Chung, and she's got a bit of a fringe growing out here. And you can see what I'm doing is I've gathered the hair into a very loose braid so that I can remove the bulk at the beginning before the shampoo. Now this was obviously quite a scary moment. So we do it quite personally, we do it very gently, and we make sure and reassure and talk people through before they have this big change. And you can see there at the end, there is the ponytail end. Now look, I've got a few things to pay attention to. Look at this number one factor. Look at her smile. That is how it's making Katie feel, because she was ready for this change. She was ready to be empowered and to be freed. So let's just see what Katie actually thinks. So there is her finished look with the texture. That's just been dried completely natural. But let's just see what she says.
As you can see, I've had my hair cut.
Hang on a minute, guys. Just to stop that a second. I'm sure I've got that on somewhere else so we can see it better. Because we don't want to... Let's just see.
I'm really enjoying the freedom that it gives me. And
From the beginning, please, Katie.
So as you can see, I've had my hair cut. Quite different. I'm really enjoying the freedom that it gives me and the lightness. I cannot wait to shampoo it when it comes to wash day, which will be, don't worry Nelson, it'll be probably tomorrow. Yeah, so it's fab, and it's actually brought out a little bit of movement, which is quite different as well. So thank you very much, Nelson Brown.
So you can see that this is the look that Katie achieved with Katie at the end. It's very cool. It's very young, and it's got this sort of almost flat wave to it. It's not too buffed. It's very it's very street, and you know, the story really with Katie is that she wanted to feel empowered, and she wanted to feel freed. She wanted to feel like as if the weight had been lifted, and I think that we achieved that. And actually today there was 2 clients that said the same thing. They felt so empowered by the result at the end that they were really, really charged, and they almost couldn't quite believe it. And it's just really nice to feel that hair, you know, does that to you. And you know, we're very humble. We're only hairdressers, but I think going back to the check for the breast cancer people, it really resonated to us that we can actually reach out and help people and let them make better decisions. So that was one of the things on Facebook Live that I wanted to touch on. The second thing is a very hot topic. Now this is when the tone of Nelson's voice changes quite significantly. It's called patch testing and skin testing for colour. We finally made a decision that here at Nelson Brown we will no longer accept any clients who haven't had a patch test done within a 3-month period. Now, this is a big move, and we've been doing this for roughly 15 years, but we've decided to now cut the cord and actually limit the risk of any damage happening to the client's scalp, skin or hair. Now, there's some people out there that listen to disclaimers, or they'll be asked to sign a disclaimer before they have their colour done if they've not had a patch test. Guys, you're wasting your time. It will not stand up in the court of law. You will be sued and you will get a lawsuit. So think about it like this. Is it more important to have a 50 quid set of highlights in the till? Or is it more important to avoid a lawsuit on your back for the sake of 24 hours and a skin test? It's just not worth it. And to you, the clients, you know, please support this. We're doing it for your benefit. We're trying to give you a safer, a more enjoyable and a more guaranteed result at the end, so that you achieve your look and you're happy. It's not because we're trying to be awkward. We're trying to stick to the manufacturer's rules and regulations. So that's that cleared up. And finally, you may or may not have seen me on Hair Uncut, which is this really great, exciting new hairdressing group. It's exciting because Phil and Jonathan are really passionate about the industry like me. They want me to get involved, so I'm going to be doing some hair things for them. But they asked us to film the salon because they couldn't believe how beautiful it looked. And it's actually taken me aback, because we work in this space now and have done for 2 and a bit years. And it allowed me to revisit it slightly. So I've made a little film. I'm going to post it after this post is live. And I'd like you to comment and let me know what you think. I'm going to call it the Nelson Brown walkthrough. Let me know what you think, if it's good or bad, if it's constructive, if it's positive. I'm all ears. And guess what? Next week we will be doing much more hands-on here. So from me, Nelson Brown, and from you, Oliver, good night.